45 minutes from Emirates Stadium lies Arsenal's training ground at London Colney. Inspired and spearheaded by Arsene Wenger, it's the engine room that drives Arsenal's high-tempo football and the sanctuary where players can recover and rehabilitate, ready for their next battle. 11 years ago, Sean O'Connor came to Arsenal to oversee the design and build of the area, and today he's here to show us around in part one of our look at Arsenal's training ground.
My job as a facilities manager really started when planning permission was granted for the new facility. We used to train in our premises just next door, UCL Sports Ground. Arsenal in the very early days realised there was a need for our own training facility. Lucky enough that happens to be next door. My job really was to put a budget together, put a staffing level together and give them the infrastructure and the backup they would need to support a facility this big. So we had to go abroad to Germany, France, Italy to pick up as many ideas as we could and pull them together with our own coaching staff's ideas and the managers, of course. It took the club about 18 months to complete the building work. The original down payment was about 10.5 million. Where we are today is about 30 million. So over the past 11 years, there's been substantial investment within the training facility to keep it, up front and ahead of the rest of the teams.
With Arsenal at the cutting edge on the pitch, it's essential that the players are in top physical condition. This starts with exceptional facilities.
The gymnasium, the fitness conditioning area, Tony Colbert and Gary Lewin were heading that one up in terms of what we would require for a working area when we were building it. The gym is well spec'd out, it's a good fitness conditioning area, very large and all on sprung floors, so any circuit training they do or anything, the absorption for their knees and their ankles. We've been able to make some changes to the wet area, to the aquatic area. We now have a new jacuzzi going in place and a new ice bath. Both of them basically are larger, bigger to deal with more groups of players at a time than we were with before. Same swimming pool that we've always had with a movable floor. That's been one of probably the biggest things ever to come into the club, to be able to change the depth of the pool, change the resistance for swimming or running, height of the guy, weight of the guy, completely different. Leading edge, I would say, in this country when we did that. And people are still taking that on board now, still doing that.
Arsenal's engine room would be nothing without fuel for the fire, and the restaurant has received as much attention as the rest of the complex.
The restaurant, it's very large. When I first did the budgets for the training ground, we had probably 70 to 80 people at the training facility. We're now up to 110 to 120 people. My job at the beginning was to bring in a chef, one of the very highest standard, to meet the dietary requirements that were requested by the manager.
At London Colney, the youth and reserve dressing room is alongside that of the first team, and although the walk is short, the journey is long.
The famous walk, I always say it's the biggest 20 metres walk of your life. When a player comes out of the reserve team change room and he's reached that stage where he's gone through as far as he can go with the reserves, you either turn left and go towards the first team, or you go straight ahead out the front door. A lot of pictures we have in that corridor are of wonderful moments for the club, and we like the players to see those and aspire to those and think maybe one day that could be them. And then there's also the pictures of themselves. There are 3 pictures on the wall there, and each player as he moves through to the first team gets pride of place to hang on the wall. And Wojciech will be the latest player to go up on the wall from last year. He'll be the newest one to join, and I suspect Francis Coquelin will probably be the next now.
Sean and his team at London Colney have left no stone unturned in their quest for perfection, and the rewards are there for all to see.
I think the trophies speak for themselves. If someone says to me, winning trophies and winning games is all about preparation and recovery. And when you come up with a facility like ours to be able to prepare right for a game, I think that showed. I think that showed on the field. The fact that players could train and recover to the standard that we can provide here was the first very big step that put us on the ladder to move forward to where we are today.
The training ground is the foundation stone in Arsene Wenger's empire at Arsenal, and we'll continue our exclusive look on next week's show.